July 14th was the Minneapolis Regional last year. And me, Osmi and Derek, who were trumpet rookies then, we had all agreed to just go to the Arby's, which was right down the street, and just go get something to eat after the show. After they went in, I held the door open and she passed me. She smiled at me and said thank you in a very British accent. I asked her if she marched Crown, and she told me that she was a rookie that year.
I'm Gabriel Rogers, and I march Blue Devils trumpet. This is my fiance.
Hi, I'm Laura. I march Carolina Crown in Colour Guard. I'm from London in England.
It's definitely interesting being engaged and not being able to be with your fiance very much at all during like a 3-month tour, but it's working.
It's a lot easier to deal with now that like every show I have someone to go and see, and I get to meet new people, and it's just nice to hear each other's stories about our days and what our shows were like, and have the contrast between the two corps because they're both so different corps.
I knew that I wanted to be with her for the rest of my life. I had a ring made out of the diamond from my mom's original wedding ring, and I just asked her to marry me, and she said yes right away.
Previously on Inside BD360.
This last couple of days, the corps has really fought for improvement and just worked to be as best as we possibly can going into this regional.
Even though it's been a tough week, I know that our show is going to be awesome because we're the Blue Devils and we do that.
I thought the show was really good. I thought a lot of the things we cleaned this whole week up in Utah and Denver came out really well.
It was a pretty good show. It was nice to be in a big stadium.
I thought we did a super good job in terms of like getting better. We got so much better this week as a drumline, as a corps. We fixed so much stuff ensemble-wise.
But overall, there was a lot of energy. And really, if you have a ton of energy, you can reel that back in and we can clean that. But it's much harder to take a corps that doesn't have any energy and build them up than to take a corps with a ton of energy and bring it back in. So I think overall we're on the right track.
So after Denver, we went to Nebraska, and it was really nice because we came down from the altitude, and I think as a whole, every year I've really felt a lot stronger once I come down from the altitude. Then we went to Missouri.
We changed the end of the show from what we had before to what it is now.
Here we go, 6 counts, -1.
So we got the last chunk is a 9. Last chunk is a 9. Horn line, make sure we get the opposite foot halt. Here we go, last 9.
There's a lot of new stuff, but you know, doing my mental run-throughs now, thinking about what I need to do, what I need to listen to, or maybe to try, be more clear here. So I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm gonna do well tonight.
So when we get changes here to the drill, to use a word the staff uses a lot, it's really organic. So they give us a lot of responsibility, but it's kind of fun to live up to that.
So right now I have a little bit of downtime during our 8-pack, load, get show ready, clean, all that good stuff. I know we're strong, we're pulling through, and everyone's doing the best that they can and everything they can, and they're giving it all they got. And days like these, we only get stronger. For now, I gotta focus on taking care of cleaning the gym, or cleaning the locker rooms, and making sure I'm getting ready for the show. So I'll have more later.
To get rid of the dirt is 12. You know where 12 is, right? Yeah, carving through flat. That's the place that we struggle. If you get to 12, the phrase finishes clearly. But I think once you catch 10, your brain starts analyzing and then you forget time and 11, 12 gets fuzzy. Does that make sense? You can't analyze how that catch went until after the show's done. Here we go, let's do it again.
The complexity of the show is that we're spinning so many different things at the same time, and that the writing is complex and layered. It's complicated to watch, it's complicated to design, it's complicated to write, and the complexity is everywhere you look, on all kinds of levels, everywhere. One of the things we're working through with the Color Guard now, especially in the last week or so, is expressively demanding attention when there's kind of a 5-ring circus going on, and there's balls and hoops and poles and sabers and dancers all at the same time, all doing different things and vibrating at different intensities, and still getting attention.
It's hard, but it's a different kind of hard. It's like, it's not hard because you don't like really have endurance or because you've never really done this stuff before. I think it's harder because there's so much variety of things, and like you have to be good on one thing and equally as good on another.
Well, I guess somebody that wants to come here and auditions here must at least have enough of an open mind to think that I don't know what they're going to put in my hands this year.
I mean, coming into the season, definitely they audition everybody on weapon. They audition everybody on rifle and saber, boys, girls, everybody touches everything, just so they have like a general idea of what everybody does.
But the ball and the half hoop, that's entirely different. You have to sense the weight of the ball and manipulate it in a much more fluid and a slower way than just simple bouncing and catching. Normally equipment falls to you. Balls bounce up to you too, so even though that sounds like a simple thing, making everybody do that exactly the same way is an inversion of sort of the normal sensibility. So everybody has to kind of adjust and get that, you know, resistance, dealing with gravity in different kinds of ways. The half hoop is an interesting thing because that was an afterthought from what I remember. Scott just cut one down one day and said, I wonder what this will do. The fact that it's not a complete shape, it's an open shape, means that when you manipulate it, you have to be a lot more aware. It takes a lot more control, a lot more finesse, and has a lot more options and variety.
The pole work started because Carlos started spinning with the pole in between him, and Scott was just like, oh, let's try this, let's do double time, let's catch behind the back, and Carlos just did it the first time, and we were just all expected to do that, so it was pretty cool. To be able to figure out something and like be as consistent as they expect us to be on it is actually like really exciting.
Great show. Really, really nice show. That was fun to watch. That was fun. That was fun.
It felt different because it felt like you connected the dots and your energy connected the ideas more. Why was that different? What'd you do that we can do the rest of the time? How do we make that stick?
That was your best run of the year by far. What we did tonight was the job at hand. We've come through kind of a little lull, we've moved up, we're climbing back up the mountain, and then that mountain is really high for you guys. It's going to be a lot of work, but you've got the tallest mountain to be on top of, okay? So just keep striving for that.
I just felt everybody's energy, and that is our new standard. And we only go up from there. We can never get any lower than we were just then.
On the next Inside BD360.
DeKalb on Monday, Lebanon on Tuesday, Wichita on Wednesday. We've got one night a 300-mile drive, the next night a 300-mile drive, the next night a 500-mile drive. This is going to be guerrilla drum corps. This is what it's all about.